Hello everyone, I gotta tell you, it gets a little exhausting when you record a whole video and then go to click the stop record and realize you never had your mic actually set up to even record any audio. This happens to me quite a bit. I'm just an idiot and I do it a lot. But after a long day of work and then everything else I got going on in life, it's easy for me to just make a quick recording, throw it up, upload it. Well, not throw it up, but upload it to YouTube and just kind of go from there. But I forget in situations like this how much I really like deep diving into the game, finding hidden stats, seeing what the numbers are, and in this situation, finding out which rune is better. So today we're going to compare the Might of Despair versus the Grim Reaper. Might of Despair giving a 20% extra chance to have an active skill go twice, where the Grim Reaper is going to give an extra 20% damage to DOT attacks. So that's going to be your Benzo, your Carmen, your Soul, and even your Ken. So the first thing I did was waste about 12,000 of these rune currencies here in order to get these two runes pretty close together, both of them being on legendary onslaughts, and then we have crit rate, defense, and attack. The only one I couldn't get was the last one there, and as you can see, one's a dodge, one's a CC resistance, really shouldn't affect our numbers at all. Now the hero that I chose was going to be Benzo, just because this is my highest star out of the DOT ones, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of Benzo. And I also figured the best scenario to really test these out in this situation would be going into the Cave of Abyss, because I could go and pause it and then go and retry it over and over. So I was going to try each one 3 times. We were going to do one single target boss. In this one, we chose Voider Zac. I did give one run with Infernus done to see how close the numbers were, and then finally go in the situation that I had, spend a lot of gems to refresh the shop, get more torches until we saw that Blater Zultan. So the first 3 runs were going to be with the Grim there, and going in on run number 1, we did 15.9 million damage with Benzo. That's with the 20% increase to damage. The second run, we made a little bit further inside the game, round 12 for the first one was round 9, and we did 20.6 million damage. And the third one was just about the same, 20.6 million at round 12. Now I got a little bit smart here. I could have just kept on swapping it between Carmen and Benzo as far as the runes, but I removed it from Carmen, so I'd only have to spend that 200 gems once versus spending 400 to swap it every time. Going in on round 1 with Might of Despair, we did 24.3 million damage, and it was right around the same spot. Actually died at the end of 12, so technically it is 13, but still round 12. And the second time going in was 24.2 million damage at round 12. And third run was 24.1 million damage at technically round 13. Now just to give you an idea, I did go up against Infernus once. I only ran the Might of Despair on it, and we made it to round 15 and did about 26.5 million damage. Now going up against Voider, we went in with Grim first to save myself some gems. We are now going in with Might of Despair first against Blater Zultan. And I will say the number looks so puny when you got a Lilith on there just totally crushing it, but hey, that's Lilith for you. First run, we only made it to round 6 with Might of Despair, and we were just a smidgen under 29 million damage. In the second round, we did 37.9 million damage, and we also made it to round 6. Now, a lot of you might say, geez, round 6 isn't that far, Pick. You can do a lot better than that. This is all just for testing. I wouldn't normally be going in with Benzo against Blater Zultan. And our third run with Might of Despair was 27.3 million, and also once again, round 6. Now our first run with Grim actually got us to round 8, and we did 33.8 million. Not sure if that CC resistance or dodge did have any play in it, but still, round 8, not bad, 33.8. The second run we made it to round 7, and we did 25.6 million damage. And finally, the third run, 27.3 million at round 7. So I think maybe that resistance did have a little bit in it, but looking at the overall bigger number on it there, it looks like Might of Despair is doing better in this controlled situation. So whereas you might want to go and just slap a Might of Despair on one of these DOT style heroes, keep in mind that the Grim is specific for these DOTs, so going and putting a Might of Despair on them might take away from another hero that could use that Might of Despair even more. Given that if you put a Grim on another hero that's not doing DOT, it's pretty much a useless stat for you. So don't actually think that the Grim is a bad thing, but if you are sitting on 1,000 Might of Despairs, I think it'd be a better option to throw on one of these DOT heroes. But those are the tests and the numbers that I have for you guys there. I hope this helps. It at least helps me out on knowing what I want to run on each hero. If you guys want to know more about the 1.6 update and what some of the stuff coming inside it, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.